Chapter 9. Elena Marek had been sitting in her car for over an hour, trying not to chew through the inside of her cheek. Her coffee had gone cold 20 minutes ago, but she held it anyway, more out of habit than need. Across the street stood the quiet brick apartment block where someone had vanished without a trace 2 nights earlier. The police tape had been moved aside, though it still clung to the railing like a limp warning flag. She had barely taken a sip of her coffee when the car pulled up. Her breath caught. Andrew Morty stepped out first. Then came Matthew, phone in hand, glancing at something on the screen as he stepped around the front of the car. She watched him longer than she meant to. He hadn't responded to her last message, hadn't called since the argument, not even a word that morning. And then she stepped out. Shearer Black. Elena sat straighter, gripping the steering wheel with one hand and her coffee with the other. Even from a distance, Shearer moved differently than the others. Controlled, effortless. Her coat caught in the wind, but her posture never shifted. This was the woman Matthew hadn't wanted to talk about. He'd mentioned her once. Barely. A passing comment over wine and tired silence. Some special consultant from London. Temporary assignment. Don't worry about it. He had never said her name until Eleanor pressed him. She leaned forward, reaching slowly for the camera bag on the passenger seat. Her fingers were steady, her breath held. She raised the lens and focused. Through the viewfinder, she caught Shearer framed between Andrew and Matthew. She stood slightly apart from them, her face angled toward the building, her expression unreadable. Click. The shutter snapped once. Click. A second time, as Shearer glanced up, briefly catching the sunlight. That was the one. Eleanor lowered the camera, heart ticking faster. She had what she needed now. The networks were asking questions. Her editor wanted a fresh angle for the midday news brief. And she had it. Shearer Black. No badge. No ID. No official statement. The department hadn't acknowledged her presence at all. And Elena was getting tired of waiting for someone to admit what they were hiding. 10 minutes passed. 15. When the three finally exited the building again, they looked even more tense than when they'd entered. Andrew's jaw was clenched. Matthew was walking half a step behind him, eyes down. And Shearer was scanning the street. Eleanor shrank a little in her seat, instinctively angling her head away from the window. Tinted glass, legal parking, nothing suspicious. But Shearer's eyes landed on her car anyway, lingering just long enough to twist something in Elena's gut. A slow breath escaped her lips as she watched them climb back into the car and pull away. Only when they were gone did she glance at her phone. No new texts, still nothing from Matthew. Her thumb hovered over his name in her messages. She didn't press send. Instead, she opened her camera and stared at the image she'd captured. Shearer Black, frozen mid-step, eyes half-lidded, unreadable. She took her phone. New lead. Going live at noon if you approve. She hesitated for 3 long seconds before tapping send. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. Walk away from this, Elena. She stared at the screen. Then she locked her phone, tossed the coffee in the car bin, and started the car.